For every good signing a club makes, there's bound to be a few that don't work out. And Man United have certainly had their fair share of those, especially since the end of their golden age under Sir Alex Ferguson. Here are just some of the Red Devils' worst signings since Fergie. First up, Alexis Sanchez. Sanchez joined United from Arsenal back in 2018 and became the highest paid player in the Prem. He'd averaged almost 1 goal every 2 games for the Gunners, but in his 45 games for Man United, he only managed 5 goals. Not what you want from a star striker. Next up, Radamel Falcao. He earned himself the nickname the Tiger for his sheer efficiency and the way he used to pounce upon the mistakes of defenders. But at Man United, he was way more pussycat than Tiger, to be honest. All he managed in 29 Man United games was 4 goals. Moving on, things couldn't have gone much worse for Jadon Sancho at Man United. Yeah, it would have been hard to outdo his Borussia Dortmund form, but 12 goals in 83 games is not great. Things got worse after a public fallout with manager Erik ten Hag. Sancho said he was being made a scapegoat. Ten Hag said there'd been a discipline issue. It all ended up with Sancho going back to Germany. Next, Erik ten Hag probably thought he was being smart in sticking to what he knew when he signed Antony from his former club Ajax. But the £86 million Brazilian hasn't really been able to hack it in the Prem. Chances are Antony's Man United days are numbered. Next, the curse of the Man United number 7 shirt. Not an easy act following Ronaldo, Cantona, Beckham and George Best.
Welcome back to the last hour and welcome to Friday Night Live, TNT Sports' new partnership with talkSPORT. Every Friday, me and Darren Bent will be joined by some of the biggest names from TNT Sports throughout what promises to be another pulsating season, because football is back and TNT Sports is the only place to watch every big competition, with over 700 matches broadcast live from elite European club football to English domestic league and cup competitions this season. Still to come, we're discussing Chelsea's growing injury crisis, but now we're delighted to be joined in the studio by our friend, former England midfielder, legend, TNT Sports pundit, Fara Williams joins us. Hello, Fara Williams.
Hi. Better to be in studio, right, than that fire alarm. What was it? Smoke alarm that was going off last week.
On last week's show.
I actually found out there was a leak in the building and basically water got into it. I was so embarrassed.
I mean, it's your fault.
But now I know the reason. I'll let them know.
It was very funny, though, because it just got quicker and quicker.
What was funny was trying to take you guys serious. He was laughing at me and I'm trying to give an answer and I'm like...
Yeah, you need to be professional, because me and Benny never make mistakes, ever.
Today.
By the way, it's lovely to see you.
Back me up.
The first time that I met you was last year at your award ceremony. And you came on our show, and Benty, it was all for charity, Benty promised to give you a pair of very expensive trainers.
No, I didn't say very expensive, I said trainers.
For charity, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever get them?
I haven't. I'm still waiting. I do message him about them all the time and he just ignores it.
Right, so I'll come on to Radio Live and I'll see if I can donate a pair.
Yeah, he did promise, but he hasn't delivered on that promise.
What do you make of that, Farrell?
We're only a year on. I mean...
What do you make it? So we're going back. Are you going to this one?
Jill Scott, hasn't she? She's with
and who's the other one?
Gary Lineker.
Gary Lineker, I think, yeah.
So we're going to... Are you there?
I might be, yeah. You're going to bring the... If he brings the trainers, I'll come.
I'll bring them.
For us to donate?
Oh, no problem.
Perfect. Great charity. So
but you said
It's got to be a good pair.
Specifically.
A pair of worn.
Yeah, that's right. I can do that.
And signed, and then we can auction them.
Not
Oh,
probably.
you don't want to sign.
Yeah,
it,
right. On the inside, on the inside of the shoe, maybe.
I can do that.
Roughly.
No one's going to wear them.
roughly
after
nothing.
this.
Roughly, because it's for charity. What sort of value should these trainers be at? Roughly.
I don't think he wears anything less than a couple of hundred at least.
I'm telling you now.
Have you got cheap trainers? Yeah.
I'll find some.
No, I don't. I've never seen.
Wait,
any
if you get a pair
trainers.
of Gola size 3, they're not easy.
Like Gola aren't cheap anymore, are they?
You're kidding me.
The Gold are a big shoe now.
Oh, they're not.
They are.
You'll buy a pair.
Oh, they will be in a couple of weeks. Right, listen, we've got you on for so many reasons, but we're going to start with tomorrow's lunchtime kick-off between Brentford and Man United. That is, of course, live on TNT Sports 1, with coverage starting at 11 a.m. Let's hear from the Man United boss, Ruben Amorim. He's been speaking ahead of the game. He was asked about the fact he still hasn't won back-to-back league games at the club.
Yeah, that is the. I don't say playing well, because I think we did that this year, but to say it's normal, the fans, they don't know what is going to happen the next game. And to be completely honest, I have an idea, but I don't know how it's going to be, and I'm the manager of the team. That has to be with the moment that we live for so many months. So I think the best way of dealing with that is that every game is the last one.
Ruben Amorim there talking ahead of what could be a very important game for Man United. Farah, I'll start with you, because if United win, they go second in the Premier League, depending on, of course, how many goals they score. They're 11th at the moment, but it will be the first time, as he's just been talking there, about back-to-back wins for Ruben Amorim. He got, I think, at the weekend, that was first back-to-back home wins for Man United, and now we're looking for back-to-back wins. It's a tough game, though, right, away at Brentford?
Yeah, look at you wanting to mention that United-Chelsea win. The victory. Wanted to just,
of course, you're a
yeah,
Chelsea
of course
fan,
I am.
aren't you?
Yeah, it's okay.
We should start with that. Forget all that.
Sanchez let us down a little bit. But no, I think it'll be great for him, back-to-back games, and getting an away victory after a home victory is always important, building that momentum. I think I said it a few weeks ago. I don't think United, in terms of chances created, they haven't been so bad. It's then execution, composure in front of goal, and capitalising on that, and they haven't done that. I still think there's a problem defensively between defence and midfield, that area for Man United. But it's important that they do go away against a Brentford team that, aren't scoring many goals, conceding quite a bit. I think they've conceded over 10 goals already this season. So lost their key players. I think it's a game that they'll be looking at that they can get 3 points from.
Do you know what? I look at Man United as well.
Farah Carnage has got to put your headphones on. We do it now. It's a smoke alarm going off, isn't it?
You lot are really trying to throw me. I'm not wearing these anymore.
Take them off.
Do you know, I think I look at Man United, and I think the problem that he's got, other than lack of quality, is that he doesn't know his best 11 yet, and he's scratching around trying to find this best 11. Now, I still don't think Bruno next to Casemiro is the right option. I think Bruno should be a little bit further forward, but then it's trying to get Cunha in, Ahmad in, Mbeumo in, Sesko in. I think that's your problem. You need that solid foundation with maybe Kobbie Mainoo.
And Mason Mount, you forgot him?
He'll be in there because he likes him. I think he really likes him. That's your problem, that you've got good players, but I just don't know how you get them all in. And at the minute, by putting Bruno next to Casemiro, you're almost forcing it.
Yeah. Farah, you said that was one of the problems, the sort of link up between defence and midfield. I agree with Benty that putting Bruno playing, so close or nowhere near as far forward as he should be in that number 10 role, you're sort of losing two players, right? Because you're losing the Bruno that should be the link man at the top, but you're also losing whoever that should be alongside Casemiro. Why do you think he sticks with it that way? Is it to cram everyone in?
I think so. When looking at it and you look at the players that are on the pitch, I think it is. I think that we know that Bruno can play in that role. He's played it at, for Portugal in that deeper role, but completely different playing it in a 5-2-3 than it is playing it, in terms of how Portugal play. But I think they're two different strengths. You need two different qualities playing in front of the back line and then playing further up the pitch, where we've seen the best of him, certainly last season, carrying Man United through, a season that, arguably, well, it is, isn't it? It's the worst season they've had. So I don't think that in a two, the way that, especially because Man United defenders, we know they don't like to come out. So if there's a striker that are on the back line, they don't then come into those spaces. So then Bruno's kind of having to check all around to track runners. We saw the goal the other week. Midfielders running off the back of him. So they're two different roles and responsibilities. And, a player of that quality can play it, but it's not, his strength. And certainly he's more impactful at United higher up the pitch.
Let me ask you with Sesko, right? I really hope he starts. I've got a feeling that he won't. I don't know why, but I think if Mount's fit, he might prefer to go with Mount as a false nine, or however you want to see him playing there. I hope I'm wrong. I do think it's the type of game where if you've got a player who hasn't scored yet for Manchester United in the league, and I thought he looked good against you, actually. That flick on I thought was excellent. I thought he played well, but he's still lacking a goal. How important do you think it is to put a player like that into a game like this, where you're thinking, okay, you might have a few chances to get on the score sheet, so it's imperative that you start?
Yeah, I think for Benny as well, being a striker when you haven't hit the ground running the way you'd probably like and had the opportunities to get, minutes on the pitch. In a game we're expecting Man United to win, although we saw the performance Brentford gave against Chelsea the other week was very good and difficult for Chelsea and getting that late equaliser. But yeah, strike. You want to play in those games where you think you're going to dominate and potentially get more chances being more opportunities to maybe score and hit the ground running that way. So yeah, you probably want to get off the mark, a game that he potentially can. But I think Bentley's right. I don't think he knows his 11. We know that he likes runners that like to run and stretch, opposition. Hence why he tries to keep Mount in there, because it's a strength of his. But it's how he manages that and the players that he's brought in, and Mbeumo and Cunha as well. Where do you put them all?
Because someone said Man United got to win 10-0 to come second, to go second.
Okay.
I thought they were going to fifth, but I heard you say second, so I just went with it.
Joint second.
Yeah, joint second on points.
Okay.
Yeah,
joint second.
Yeah.
So you went with fifth.
There's a lot of facetious people out there. Joint second. But let me ask you, Benny, you made a really good point that he doesn't know his best 11. I sort of feel that he doesn't know any of the best 11. No, as in, it's not like he knows his front three and his midfield. Like every position on that pitch, I think, he's not up for grabs, but changes. Like his back three, sometimes it's De Ligt, sometimes it's Martinez, sometimes it's Maguire.
Yeah.
The wing backs, we're not sure. Goalkeeper's obviously fixed in at the moment, but again, new goalkeeper's coming. We don't know how long. Why is that? Why is every single position, maybe bar 2 or 3, every one of them seems to be up for grabs? Like the manager just doesn't know who fits best in those roles.
I almost feel like they overloaded in certain areas. So was there a real need to get Cunha, Sesko and Mbeumo all through the door? All good players.
Well, two of those, I think, yes, because they've all... We lost Rasmus.
Yeah.
We lost Garnacho and we lost Rashford. So it's like-for-like replacements, right?
But they're not like-for-like. Because he doesn't play that like-for-like system.
I know.
So that's why I look at it and go, when Mbeumo's best season last season at Brentford, where he was incredible, was when he coming from wide. Like we've seen Cunha can play that 10 or centre-forward, and Sesko's an out-and-out centre-forward. But then you're taking away, as Farah just said there, Bruno, his qualities in that number 10 as well. Mason Mount could play there. So I think you've got so many good players in limited positions. So you've got the 3... kind of attacking players, and you've got probably 6 players that could play there. Xerxes still there; he could play in that role as well.
Yeah.
So you've got too many players, and I think he's still looking for that right combination, and he's trying to give the new boys that he signed time to gel in, but it's just not working. So what Man United do at some point, he's going to have to go, right, these are the 3 I want to start with, and just stick with them and see what happens. Don't keep changing game upon game, because they need rhythm. Me being a former centre forward, I only got the best out of myself by playing every single week, because that's how you get that rapport with some of your teammates. And right now, Sesko can't get any rapport with anyone because he's in and out of the team.
Yeah. He's under a lot of pressure, the manager, Man United. They always are, of course. But he needs to start getting wins under his belt now and, of course, move up the table. I'm not suggesting for one moment that if Man United lose tomorrow, he could be out of a job. But what I will ask you is, Man United ultimately have to start competing again, and at some stage have to win the Premier League. It won't be for the next 5 years, but...
Glad you put that before I did.
Well, I'm just being honest and realistic, right? I'd like to think it'll be within the next 10, but it's been, 12 since Fergie last won it. Do you think at some stage Ruben Amorim, however long it takes, will win the league for Man United, will take Man United back to the top? Is he the right man for the job, is basically my question. Yeah,
I mean, I think he has to adapt. I think, he's come to the Premier League. He's been quite stubborn in his approach and his style. And when you look at Man United and the goals that they've conceded, for example, probably not scored up the other end, I feel like if he adapts his system slightly, you could...
When you say adapts, do you mean just goes from 3 to 4 at the back?
That, or even in the midfield, like having just 2 in there don't work for him. You can see the gaps when they go forward. There's gaps when they come back. When it comes back at them, there's massive gaps. And as I said, the back line don't know whether to go in or out. And those gaps, as the game stretches, is when they get really hurt. So I think if he certainly that he likes that narrow front 3, doesn't he? But you could almost go a 3 in midfield with 2 up top, and then obviously giving that extra body in midfield. I think that small adaptation already could help and benefit Man United. If Bruno goes in and you play with 2 strikers, for example, but the fact he's quite stubborn in what he does and it's not working, hasn't worked for a while, I don't know, will he get the time if he doesn't get the results? Probably not at a club so big.
If he does get the time, do you think he'll win the league?
No.
Okay.
I
think they're too far from the teams around them.
What will the score be tomorrow, Farah?
I'm going to go 2-1 United.
Okay.
4-2 Brentford.
Why you said that? Oh, you know what? I'm going 10-0 United. Reminder, Brentford against Man United is live on TNT Sports 1 tomorrow morning from 11. This is Friday Night Live, TNT Sports' new partnership with talkSPORT, where every Friday myself and Darren Bent will be joined by some of the biggest names from TNT Sports in what promises to be another pulsating season. Next up, we're going to be joined by former England prop David Flatman. Friday Night Live, TNT Sports' new partnership with talkSPORT with me, Andy Goldstein, Premier League 100 club member Darren Bent, and former England midfielder and TNT Sports pundit Fara Williams. Benny, you got 106 goals. You got over 170 caps for England.
Yeah.
How many did you get for England, Benny? No, I'm just asking.
Well, don't ask.
Well, how many did you get?
I don't know. 175.
No, I think you got 13, wasn't it?
Well, you know then.
Tough competition. Yeah, tougher competition.
I've got a question for you, actually. What time is it? I think I've got time. You would have played under Phil Neville, right?
Yeah.
Why? Don't look so defensive. What was that like?
Yeah, awful.
Was it?
No, do you know what? It was difficult for me. I was a senior player at the time.
No, don't put your media hat
No,
on
I'm
now.
being serious. I was a senior player, and when he come in, he wanted to transition. He wanted to bring younger players through, which was great. And I was also trying to help him in terms of coaching men and coaching women. It's totally different. And trying to tell him about all the complications that come with, women's football and sport. And yeah, he just wanted to I felt as though he wanted to get rid of the kind of older players, bring the younger players through. It sounded, the way he managed and tried to manage me was like he was Alex Ferguson in terms of stories I've heard in terms of how Sir Alex managed his players. You know what, we're going to rest you today, but you're playing in 4 games time. And I was like, that don't work for me. So he come in with kind of the mindset and I guess the skills that he developed being in a men's game, and it was totally different to the women's, and he had to adapt and learn on the job. But in terms of his passion for England, I mean, you could see it. So that was the only good thing about him. But,
That was the only good thing.
Yeah, I mean, he took us. Look, we were ranked like 4th in the world. He took us from 8th to 4th. We, finished 3rd in the previous World Cup. We ended up finished 4th in the next World Cup he took us to. So yeah, with the team that he had, the squad of players, and certainly the backing, we've seen what a good manager or a manager that that has know-how can do. Because
why do you think it didn't work for him then?
I think it was challenging. I think it was challenging for him to come in and coach women, because I do. We always try and compare men and women's football, and they are so different. And I think he would have realised that when he came into the women's game, just how different they are. And, certain things that you got to manage in the women's game that, you don't have to manage in the men's game. So it was more kind of that management, and then, away from actually the pitch that probably, he probably wasn't ready for.
Okay. Good answer.
Where'd that question come from?
I don't know,
He's just Man United players. He just,
Honestly, what's it, question time?
Yeah, exactly what it is.
And he left me out of the World Cup in 2019, so I'm not bitter, but yeah, I am.
Is that what it is? Is that what it comes down to? Why did he leave you out?
He said I wasn't performing, but yeah, it doesn't marry up to the stats that I got in that year. So the day he dropped me in October, before the World Cup in 2019, to the October of 2018, and I got a call, and we'd already qualified. So we'd qualified through the World Cup rounds, qualifying rounds, and I got a call, and it was like, you're probably not performing at the levels that we're used to seeing you at. And then he said, so we're going to bring some kids, we've already qualified. Okay, thanks, bye, put the phone down. But, I got player of the month that month, so I was a bit like, I was never going to challenge him. I wasn't a player to challenge managers. I always, football's about opinions. And I took his opinion and left it at that. I never heard from him until the World Cup selection. And then in the media, he's come out and said, oh yeah, me and Fara regularly talk. And I was like, you're a liar. And so then we had a conversation before the World Cup. So it was a bit, I didn't really like the way he dealt with it. Dropped me and then never spoke to me again until the media questioned him as to why I weren't involved or on standby for the World Cup.
How did you find out you were dropped from the World Cup squad?
When it got released. Into the media, yeah. But then he said to me, you know what he did, which I really didn't like, was that, look, I was 36 at the time, and he was like, look, your England career's not over. And I was like, mate, this is a World Cup, you're not picking me. After the World Cup, you're going to, you're going to look to the future. I'm 36, I don't see myself. And then as soon as they got back from the World Cup, we had 2 friendly games, and he selected me for both. And I never played after that. So it was just annoying that he tried to keep to his word, but it was just a token gesture, like, oh yeah, there you go, stuck to my promise type thing. And yeah, so yeah.
Okay.
I sound a little bit bitter, don't I? I'm not.
No, listen, I think if you're, the superstar in the England team and you get dropped for the World Cup, I think you've every right to be bitter, right?
It's not so much bitter. I just think the way he managed it was probably wrong. I felt like I earned the right to have a little bit more respect from him in terms of how that.
Did he ever apologise for not telling you?
On the phone, after he spoke to the media, obviously he said that, are you available for a call? I said, yeah, tomorrow morning, and then he rang. But yeah, I wasn't buying it. I seemed right through it, so I wasn't really buying what he was saying on the phone to me. He was apologetic, but I didn't buy it.
Well, join us now to get his half of the story. Hello, Phil. No.
Hi, Phil.
No, it's nice that you're so honest about it, right? Because a lot of people come into a studio or, everyone's well media trained and they sort of close up. But it's nice to hear an honest review of what happened.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know where to go now. Let's change the sport. The 2025-26 Gallagher Prem, that's what it's called, the Prem season got underway last night. It was live on TNT Sports. It continues with 2 more big games tonight. Let's get more as we welcome former England prop and TNT Sports pundit and our mate David Flatman on the show. Flats, good evening to you. How you doing?
Good evening, great. How are you?
I'm good, I'm very well. Thanks so much for coming on. We've got lots to talk to you about. So, firstly, let's start by looking back at last night's opening game as Sale Sharks secured a bonus point, 27-10 victory over Gloucester. Just talk us through it.
I mean, I was thinking we could talk about Phil Neville a bit more. While
I've
been waiting, honestly, I absolutely love that last 5 minutes. That is such good chat. I enjoyed that.
You
best mate, so
you can extend
it.
Right? You can extend that chat if you want. You got a question?
Nah, not really. I'm with Fara on this one. Never like the guy. Okay. Joe. Yeah, it was good. That was good. The Prem started on a Thursday night for the first time in a while because the Red Roses are playing in the Rugby World Cup final, Women's Rugby World Cup final tomorrow at the Allianz Stadium down here in Twickenham. And I'm at the Stoop across the road at the Harlequins grounds. They started it on a Thursday, so it doesn't clash with that. So that's good. And it was good. It was a game of rugby until sort of the world-class player on the field stepped up, George Ford, over 100 England caps just when he needed it, class above. And I don't know if it's the same in football, but in rugby, the first few games of the season, no matter how hard you've trained, are just absolutely minging. So there's a lot of boys sucking diesel out there last night. A lot of big units not used to the running. So that's always amusing to watch once you've retired.
Flats, obviously there are 2 more big games tonight. I think, as you said, the Harlequins face Bath and Newcastle up against Saracens. Who are you expecting them to get off to winning starts?
Well, Red Bull have bought Newcastle, right? So the Newcastle Red Bulls now, and that's great. But they're doing exactly what you'd hope they do, which is not just whacking tens of millions of pounds and say we're going to win everything straight away. They're doing it gradually. This is a massive brand that's come into the Prem, and it's great, but they're doing it slowly. You would expect Saracens to go there and win. It's a sellout up in Newcastle. Things are going great, but you'd expect Saracens to have too much for them. And I'm at Quins tonight for Quins against Bath, and everyone's missing a few players. There's a couple of British and Irish Lions lads that aren't allowed back yet, a couple of injuries, but it's 2 proper teams out there with some promising young kids. But Bath are defending champions. They're the most powerful squad in the Prem in England not by a distance, but by a distance over Quins. And Quins' head coach left about 2 weeks ago to go and coach Wales, and that was a bit of a shock. So they kind of rejigged their coaching team, and you'd imagine there's a bit of instability there. So you go Bath win tonight, lads, I reckon.
Not that I'm not interested about the men's rugby, but there's an important final tomorrow, as you mentioned, World Cup final for the Red Roses. They come into the tournament as favourites. They're playing against a very good Canada team. I don't think we've seen England probably hit the levels that we've seen in the past. How much pressure are they under to win that World Cup tomorrow?
I think it's a really interesting question, actually, because it's a home World Cup. They're flat-out favourites, and people that didn't quite know as much about the women's game say, well, it's going to be England or New Zealand. Well, Canada beat New Zealand. They battered them, actually. They beat them very well. So Canada pose a proper threat to England. It's just the Red Roses are so far ahead in terms of professionalism in the women's game that if Canada are in it and are properly in it after 60 minutes, you're saying game on. But I'm looking at it thinking, well, even though I'm English, even though I played for England, I want England to win. I really want Canada to do something tomorrow. I really want them to do something. I don't want it to be one-sided. I want it to be a proper contest because it's better to watch. It's better for the game. I'm going all the way up there. I don't want to waste my diesel on a 50-0. I want a good game. So there's a bit of that. But England have just got too much conditioning, too much fitness, too much power on the bench. Canada are a real threat. But I honestly don't quite know how they beat the Red Roses because the ladies are just monsters at the moment.
Can't you claim your miles back through TNT Sport?
Obviously, mate. Obviously.
Right.
It's more the effort.
Oh, fine. Okay, yeah. They don't send a chauffeur for you anymore. Those days are gone.
Well, as I was saying, I think I do actually have a driver tomorrow, so I don't know what I'm complaining about.
There you go.
Fine. We'll all be all right, mate.
Dave, always a pleasure. Thanks so much for your time. We love your work. We'll speak to you in a minute.
Cheers, Flats.
Good, guys.
Thanks, man. More superstars. A reminder that the Gallagher Prem is back, and TNT Sports is the place to be. You can watch every single fixture this season on TNT Sports and Discovery Plus. Still to come, we'll hear from Enzo Maresca on Chelsea's injury crisis, and Philip Neville will be joining us in a moment. But first, it's time for No Googling.
This is yours, isn't it?
This is Goldstein's No Googling. All right? No cheating. This is the one I write.
I'll probably get it. And obviously, Farah's here witnessing. I'm not cheating now.
What was the last FA Cup final which didn't involve a team from London or Manchester?
Oh, I got it. It's easy.
Sure? All right. Well, yeah, and the year. I want the year. You got it? Show me the year. Such a rude error. Show me. No, you're wrong.
That's not the final.
Okay, you're right. The answer to that and more coming up in the last 30 minutes, right after this on talkSPORT.
Day one of the Ryder Cup is well up and running out in New York now, with Team Europe looking for a first away win since the miracle at Medina way back in 2012. Captain Luke Donald wanted a fast start to play. To find out how Europe are getting on at Bethpage, head to talksport.com. ENIC, the group behind Spurs, insists the club is not for sale. Reports suggest an American consortium fronted by DJ turned tech entrepreneur Brooklyn Eric hold interest in buying Tottenham. But the Sun's Martin Lipton says there's been no concrete offer as of yet.
The bid that's on the table, which has been indicated rather than formally put at this stage.
Now, Manchester United are improving. Maybe not me saying that, but Rio Ferdinand is. Ahead of tomorrow's lunchtime kickoff against Brentford, exclusively live on talkSPORT. He's told us the stats back him up, but there are still issues.
Behind the scenes, I think you'd be looking at it with your staff going, listen, there's some positives, but we're just not seeing the fruits of it because we can't score. We can't celebrate those little positives, those little wins, because we ain't scoring. And
overshadowed, maybe, by Iniesta and Xavi, but for some, the most important member of that Barcelona and Spain midfield three. Sergio Busquets, though, is finally hanging up his boots. He'll retire at the end of the current MLS season. You can get all the latest at talksport.com.
always tell when Jack's working, can't you? Hey? Dump. Wrong song. Jack Tuesday over there. Before the break, I asked the question, what was the last FA Cup final didn't involve a team from London or Manchester? I mean, well done, Bentley.
Portsmouth, Cardiff.
What year, though?
Now, I want to say around 2008, 2009.
Do you want to have a guess?
2008.
It's the right answer. Well done.
Was it the Millennium?
Why are you laughing, Fara?
Was that Millennium?
No.
Huh?
I went.
Where was that?
Wembley.
What do you think if it wasn't Millennium? A car park?
Old Trafford.
No, it wasn't there.
Okay, well, fair enough. Oh, no, I knew it was Wembley.
When was there? There's a question. When was there an FA Cup final at Old Trafford?
There hasn't been one.
There has been one.
There hasn't.
98.
No, there's a replay in the 70s. I think Chelsea were there as a replay.
So you haven't got the answer? You're guessing?
I think it was Chelsea Leeds, was it? Oh, someone help me out in the 70s.
Oh.
It's still the answer, Darren. There's nothing I can do about it. Follow us at 7 out. The Depot brings you down football. It's Friday. This evening you've got Rory Jennings alongside him over on talkSPORT 2. You can hear live commentary of West Brom against Leicester in the Championship. But now, let's get an update from the Ryder Cup. Watching for talkSPORT is the wonderful Sean O'Brien.
Yes, Europe have turned the top match on its head. John Rahm and Sepp Straka now one up over Scotty Scheffler and JJ Spawn. And Scheffler's miserable start to this Ryder Cup continues. But the US are up in 2 matches. Cam Young just birdied the second, so him and Justin Thomas go one up over Ludvig Åberg and Rasmus Højgaard. Rory McIlroy and Shane Lowry lost the first hole to Sam Burns and Patrick Cantlay in the bottom match. Then it's all square between Bryson DeChambeau and Ben Griffin against Justin Rose and Tommy Fleetwood. So all 4 matches on the course here in New York, and it is a bit rowdier out there. US up in 2, Europe up in 1, and it's still 3-1 Europe.
Good work as always. 1970, I was right. Bang on the money. Chelsea against Leeds. See, I might not know about Rory McIlroy. I know about football. Let's stay with football, shall we? Do you want to carry on the conversation we're having in there or not?
No.
Okay, fine.
Honestly,
Well, then no one knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but now people are going to be speculating.
Well, they can speculate all they want. Let's speculate about Chelsea. They host Brighton tomorrow afternoon. Chelsea, your side, right?
Yeah.
Is that right? What are you doing?
I've got to give you something because obviously it's a gift for you to come onto the show.
Oh, it's a used
Some
one.
hair stuff. I'll take the used one.
Yeah, the
Thanks.
Goldstein's golden paste.
I actually need it today. Look, I just washed my hair before I
So
come in.
I'm handing you this for you. There you
Try
go.
out. I'll get you a proper
I
one.
could do with it.
Try it out on the show. Give it a little go.
I need a brush. Can't just do it without a
I
brush.
think I am. Beat House soon. Let's talk about Chelsea. They take on Brighton tomorrow afternoon.
Good.
Look, it does smell good. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I don't mind that.
Looking to end They squeezed past Lincoln in the League Cup in midweek, but before they were beaten by both Man United and Bayern Munich. And of course, there's bad news today with the confirmation that Cole Palmer is going to be out for 3 weeks, as well as injuries to defenders Tosin and Wesley Fofana. What?
Someone just said it, and it's a good point.
Right.
What was your no Googling question?
Last time there was no clubs from Manchester or London.
People not listening.
Why?
News, right?
Why?
Someone tries to go Wigan, Man City.
There you go. Can I get on with this? Is that all right?
No,
you
but
two?
I wanted this
Honestly,
person.
I know it's like being a teacher.
I wanted this person to, you know what I mean? Listen to the question.
Looking at the.
What have I told you about reading in class? Their boss, Enzo Maresca, spoke to the media earlier today and was asked whether these injuries are a hangover. Great question from winning the Club World Cup.
In this moment, for different reasons, we have different problems. I think we have 7-8 players out, unfortunately. Is this a consequence from last season? I don't know. I said many times we don't have the answer, unfortunately. But again, we're gonna try to adapt and find solution.
Let's talk a bit about Chelsea. You know what? We got Billy. I don't know if you've seen Billy today. One more. Billy's a big Chelsea fan, and we asked him in the meeting whether or not he thought playing in the Club World Cup would result at some stage in lots of injuries happening throughout the season. He said, I didn't think it would be this soon.
Same.
I think the injuries are a consequence of the Club World Cup. Do you agree? I mean, it must be so tough for these players to constantly play without any kind of break that's needed.
Yeah, it's difficult. I actually thought it would come later. I thought the impact would be more next year, heading into the World Cup, and how, the players would be struggling in terms of the amount of games they've played. But maybe that continuing and then stopping and then starting, because I think they only had like a 2-week gap before they then were back in before the Premier League. So, yeah, maybe that hasn't helped. Loading of... the guys play a lot, right? There's a lot of football that these players need to be managed, and maybe that was just too much and the Premier League come too soon. I know that FIFA were talking about, the timing of the Club World Cup needs to be looked at. And I think given the injuries off the back of that, in 4 years' time, it'll probably be looked at again.
It must be so frustrating, obviously, for the manager. But Chelsea fans, I wonder if the fans would think that winning the Club World Cup, was it worth it looking back?
I think it's worth it. I mean, I still think I don't.
If their league form suffers, what are we in September?
I mean, it's early.
Do you know what
I mean? It's so early.
We're still so far off the Premier League. We're still so far off of it. When you look at the likes of Liverpool, City and Arsenal still, Chelsea are still far off that.
Yeah.
I know we've spent a lot and everybody talks about the spending, but...
I mean, they've got, 10 injuries at the moment?
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But no, I think that they wouldn't swap the Club World Cup because I think it was still a decent trophy to win, and look at who they beat to win it. But it's just too many games. And I think Chelsea have gone about their business well because they've signed loads of young and attacking players. They have tried to cover in certain areas. And they're just all of a sudden now, because you're playing so many games and there's hardly any rest, you're going to get injuries. And I've said this to you before. I know you will say, yeah, but you're getting paid well. But like player welfare, that is a thing.
No, I never link those two.
Yeah, you do. You would say they should get on with it because they get paid loads of money.
You misquote me so often.
Me and you have had so many arguments in here.
I never say that because they're getting so much money, they shouldn't get injured. There's no link.
No, but you say they should be tired. Just go out there.
I do say that. They shouldn't be tired. No, I do say they shouldn't be tired playing 2 games a week. That's what I say.
But look at the injuries you're getting. Do you want the best product?
Yeah, but tennis players play 4 or 5 hours a day.
Farah, please.
No, but do you know what I mean, Farah?
No, I get it. But players do...
Farah, you just got free hair product. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. No, but players would rather play than train.
Of course.
So in terms of having a game, you think of like the training that then comes between a 2-game or 3-game week. There's not much training in between that.
No, but how old are you now? You're early 40s, right?
Yeah.
How old were you when you retired?
37.
How old were you?
37.
37. Okay, right. And when did you start playing?
So for senior football, 14.
14?
Yeah. Well, in the women's game back then,
you could play at 14. Okay, so when you were mid-20s, and would you be playing 2 games a week?
No.
Okay, when you're playing for England?
It was later, probably in my 30s. It was like 2-3 games.
Were you actually tired, or were you just
I don't think I've ever played maybe Benny, you've played a game, but I've never played a game feeling fresh without DOMs. Like I don't think you build your body up to that resilience where, if you've got tight muscles, you still can play. I mean, I played on injuries. I played with tears in my hamstrings, quads, until they went. And at 37, it did. My quad the tendon eventually tore off of the bone, the hip bone.
Man, what did you do?
Come off the hip bone, and my hamstring are the same one. 2 years difference between them. But I used to play with hamstring injuries, like tears, and I was proper old school mentality. Like I would literally strap up injuries. I played with injections just to play. So
can you play now?
If I start running again, I might be able to.
If like Soccer Aid knocked on your door tomorrow and said, "Can you play the next one?" Would you be able to do it?
Oh, the next one, yeah. I've got 8 months to train.
You would be able to do it. The only reason a lot of ex-footballers I know, they're like they can't walk properly, or they've had their ankle fused together, or they suffer long term from having all these injections to get through the pain. But you're fine now.
I mean, I still have the aches and pains that I had when I played, but yeah, I've built up, I guess, a resilience that it doesn't bother me. I never even after I never went into a session or a game not feeling some sort of pain. Yeah.
You want to take up paddle? Have you played paddle?
No.
Benny plays all the time.
I know you two mates. He keeps inviting me, but
why don't you play?
I'm not a racket type person. I can play table tennis.
There you go. You've got good hand-eye coordination.
You could beat me at table tennis.
I might. Let's have a game.
Well, I'll tell you, why don't you bring one of your mates, right, and we'll play doubles?
How do you even play it?
Oh,
is that like the rules easy to get?
It's like the exact same as tennis. The rules.
Oh, okay.
But it's just there's walls outside the court.
It's a slower game.
Sending it over and you having to run out the court and hit it back in.
Yeah.
If that happens, I'm off as well. A reminder that Brentford against Man United is live on TNT Sports 1 tomorrow morning from 11. This is Friday Night Live. TNT Sports new partnership with talkSPORT, where every Friday myself and Darren Bennett will be joined by some of the biggest names from TNT Sports. Up next, I'm putting Benty and Farah head-to-head in DB v TNT brackets Sports. Good work, Jack. Remember the right music. Friday Night Live, TNT Sports new partnership with talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Premier League 100 club member, Darren Bent, and the superstar. Former England midfielder and TNT Sports pundit Fara Williams is also with us in the studio. Follow us at 7. Adeola Depot brings you Thank Football. It's Friday. This evening he's got Roy Jennings alongside. Over on talkSPORT 2, you can hear live commentary of West Brom. They take on Leicester in the Championship. Team news for that is in. Let's cross over to Jim Proudfoot for more. Jim, good evening to you.
Well, tonight's winners are going to go second in the Championship table. Albion have the chance to move 3 points off the top. Leicester within 2 of leaders Middlesbrough. West Brom make 3 changes in personnel. They shuffle the pack as a result. Samuel Illing Jr. makes his full debut after signing on loan from Villa. There's a baggies bow for Charlie Taylor following his loan move from Southampton. And Mikey Johnston's recalled. Diakite, Styles and Wallace make way. Leicester, for their part, name the same side that drew at Coventry. So for West Brom, it's Griffiths in goal, Campbell, Phillips, Mepham and Taylor, Malumbi and Mowat, Illing Jr., Price and Johnston, and Hegerber up front. Stelagic in goal for Leicester. The back four are Pereira, Fass, Vestergaard and Thomas, Samari and Winks, Fatawu, James and Mavadidi and Ayew. And Chris Uwelimo's alongside me. Over on talkSPORT 2, we've got the build-up starting at 7 here at the Hawthorns ahead of an 8 o'clock kickoff.
Good work as always. Thank you for that, Jim. Now, former Spain and Barcelona captain Sergio Busquets will retire from playing at the end of the MLS season in December. He won 32 major honours in 18 years at Barcelona, including 9 La Liga titles and 3 Champions Leagues. He also made 143 appearances for Spain, was part of the side that won the 2010 World Cup and the 2012 Euros. So we thought it would be nice for Benty to have a big Friday night rank of these great Spanish midfielders.
Hey?
What?
Was he?
Be nice for Benny to have a big Friday night rank of these great Spanish. What do you think I said?
Right, no, I thought you said rank.
Oh yeah. Well, we were going to do it. We were going to do it in the office, but Ryan Bryan said that Ben is the best ranker in the studio. So what's the matter? You are. That's why we're doing it with you.
It's not me, just me. It's Farah as well. Is obviously going to participate in this.
Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta, and Rodri.
What do you mean rank them? What am I doing then?
You got to rank them.
1 to 4.
You know what ranking is, right?
Okay, I didn't think that was, but that's easier. So I'm going 1. Iniesta.
Right, is Farah helping you or not?
No, I'll do my list and then.
Oh, okay, yeah. 1 Iniesta. 2. I mean, usually you start at 4, but go on.
Okay, 4.
Well, it doesn't matter. You've given us 1 and 2 now.
1 Iniesta.
Yeah.
2 Xavi. 3 Busquets. 4 Rodri.
Okay.
See, I'm going Busquets 1, Iniesta 2, Xavi 3, and then Rodri 4.
Ballon d'Or winners 4th.
That's nuts, isn't it?
That's mad, isn't it?
That's nuts.
Iniesta, I loved him though.
Yeah, but look who the Iniesta, Xavi and Busquets were competing with Ronaldo and Messi for
true, yeah.
how many years?
Yeah.
Good ranking.
What's yours?
Nothing to do with me, I don't. Time now for this.
It's time.
It is tight and tense.
We're flying and our fists are punching. DB versus TNT.
What drama on talkSPORT, just when you think you've seen it all.
Good night.
No, don't go to bed yet, because this is our brand new feature, DBV TNT Bracket Sports, where each week on Friday Night Live, Premier League 100 club member Darren Bent has been pitting himself against our special studio guest from TNT Sports. This week, of course, we're joined by former England midfielder, TNT Sports pundit, the legend that is Fara Williams. And every Friday, they'll be predicting some of the biggest games from the weekend. If they correctly predict the result, they'll get a point. If they get the score right, they get a massive 3 points. We'll be tallying up the scores throughout the season with TNT's sports expert pundits working together to try and wipe that smile off the face of Darren Bent. Now, last week, he says here's a great week for TNT Sports. David Flatman bagging a massive 4 points, mainly because he correctly predicted Arsenal would draw 1-1 with Man City. Bentley, meanwhile, had an absolute nightmare, picking up just 1 point. All right?
Yeah, no worries. Got to be out there, and you have the bold predictions.
Yeah. The current score is Benty. You've lost your lead. It's DB11, TNT Sports 13.
It's making it interesting.
2 behind. Come on, Farah. Right, you're going to have 30 seconds to give me your prediction of the following games. I think we may have a little bit more time than that.
Why do you 30 seconds? Just say who.
Oh, no, yeah, I don't know why. It's because it's written down. There's nothing to do with me, is it? Brentford against Man United. It's a game you can watch live on TNT Sports 1 tomorrow at 12:30. I'll start with you, Farah. How do you see the game going? What will the score be?
If I don't get this one right, then I'm in trouble, because Benty just said before that Brentford were going to beat United 4-2 at home, which I doubt that's going to happen.
I'll put that down for Benty's.
So I'm going to go 2-1 United. Brentford have been conceding a lot of goals. I mentioned it before, conceding 10. Haven't got off to the best of starts. Are difficult to beat at home. but I do predict a 2-1 Man United. I'm going to go over score on that.
Okay, so Man United go second, yeah? Joint second.
Joint second.
Yeah. DB, you've said 4-2 earlier on.
No, I'm going to amend my pick.
Why?
Because I've been doing a bit of research in that.
Oh, you should do that before the show starts, but go on.
And I'm going to go 3-1 Brentford.
He's voting 4-2, but we're going to go 4-1.
You honestly, Benny, you honestly think Brentford are going to win?
Yeah, 3-2.
He's lying.
Listen, you're not...
3-1.
3-1 Brentford. And the reason why I say that is because you lot are not good either. So you're acting like you know what I mean? 3-1 Brentford. As Dan would say, no Dan, hostile under the lights at the G-Tech.
I used to like you. Next up is Palace against Liverpool. It's tomorrow at 3. Farah, my favourite person in the studio.
Yeah. There's only 2 of us, so I'll take that.
Yeah, Benny's not even third.
Oh.
Right?
Palace unbeaten in 17.
Yep.
Bogey team, I think, for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Recent game, obviously, in the Community Shield, beating them.
Not really seen the best of Liverpool yet.
We haven't seen the best of them. Could it be a Crystal Palace win? I don't know.
Is that you going for?
I don't know if to be bold enough to go over Palace win or 1-1.
Who would you rather win the league, Liverpool or Arsenal?
Liverpool, and it's hard to say that, but yeah.
Why?
I'm a Chelsea fan.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay. What would the score be?
Am I going to go 1-1? 1-1.
Okay,
I'm going to go 1-1.
I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool.
Okay.
I just think they'll find a way to win again.
All right. Last one is Newcastle against Arsenal, Sunday at 4:30. Farah, what will the score be? St James's style.
I think it's a difficult game for Arsenal. They've obviously had a few tough fixtures already, Arsenal. I think in the last few games, certainly away at St James's Park, they've struggled.
What are you going for?
What they hit for? Is Arsenal going to win, or is it going to... Newcastle haven't scored that many goals. That's the only thing. That Newcastle have only scored 3, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
So they've drawn, 3-1-1, and they lost one.
Can I just tell you, Farah, I have got dinner waiting on the table
Sorry,
tonight.
me too.
Okay. What are you going for, Farah?
Newcastle 1-0. I don't even want to say that. It's just because I'm up against Benny. 1-0 Newcastle.
DB, what score Arsenal win by?
2-1 Arsenal.
That's it. That's all we've got time for. Thank you so much for coming on our show. You're a superstar as always, Farah. It's lovely to see you.
Thank you. And I've got my hair product ready for tomorrow.
What one have you got?
It's Goldstein's Golden Paste.
I look forward to seeing that posted. Have a lovely weekend. Thanks as always for coming in. It's a real honour to have you in the studio. Next week we're joined by Phil Neville. Benny, thanks for coming on. Have a nice weekend. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.